All right, Certiport login. This is extremely important for you to complete this process. Otherwise, you cannot test. I guess that's my first message. Second message is make sure you record your password. Don't depend on your computer to save it. Number one, when you submit this assignment in Google Classroom, I would ask that in the private comments, you just jot down your password and send it to me. That way I know I've got it and you've saved it. Secondly is write it down somewhere, like in a notebook, a notepad, something where it's written down somewhere. Do not forget it. I cannot recover it, and it's very hard to recover if you do. So that's, I guess, another message I have. Finally, understand this is live information. This isn't messing around. This is professional certification, and this profile is accessible only by you. All right. So first of all, you've got the link to Certiport. Come in here and type in your 7-digit code at cpps.org. All right. Your school email. I should already have set an account up for you. Now, if for some reason I didn't, then this wouldn't work, but I'm about 99% sure I've done that for you. All right. Once you've typed in your password, highlight it and copy. Control C, copy to the clipboard. Okay. Your password to get in the first time and the first time only is the same school email address. So I'm going to paste Control V, that whole address we just copied, with a 1 on the end. A 1 on the end. School email address, the 1 on the end. If I highlight it and copy it, it saves it to the clipboard. Then I'm going to log in. Okay. And it says I'm not going to bother saving this right now. I don't even want to save this because I'm going to be changing this in a moment. All right. And it says I got to update some stuff. Okay. Well, I'm going to update some stuff. All right. So the first thing I need to do is change my password, which I can't do yet. I need to put in some security questions. This is important. What is a city or town I was born in? Let's see, name of my first pet. I don't know. Name of the first company I worked for. Sure, I'll put selectors in here. Question 2, what city or town did I meet my spouse? It's Cheney. Anyway, fill that in with 2 security questions that you can remember. All right. Then, very important, put your birth date down here, whatever that is. I'm going to put in mine. You can laugh and giggle and holler on, I need to scroll down here, on how old I am. 1962. There we go. All right. So put your birth date in there. That is extremely important. Your email should already be in here. And then your phone number. Your phone number. I would suggest putting in maybe your cell phone number, probably the best thing. But whatever you do and put in here as a phone number, make sure it's a real phone number that can get access to you. All right? Put in a phone number. All right. Down here at the bottom in mailing address, you can use the school address. If you would like a certificate mailed to you, you can change this to your own address. It's kind of your option. Mailing it would be easier, but if you want to just leave it as is like that, that's fine. Okay. And so I put in my security questions. Go back and double check again. I put in my security questions. I put in my birth date. I put in a phone number. Don't skip that, even though it's optional. Don't skip the phone number. You should already have your valid school email address in there. All right. Your mailing address. And then I'm going to hit submit down here. All right. I'm not quite done yet. I now want to change my password. Now remember, I copied and pasted my school email address out there. So I'm going to say change my password. My old password, Control V, my whole school email address with a 1 on the end. New password. This is where you need to write it down. I would include a capital letter, a number, and a special character. Once you put in your new password and confirm it, write it down. Do not move on until you write it down. If you forget, it's very hard to remember this and pull it back. I don't have access to that. Again, a capital letter, a lowercase, a number, and a special character. Capital letter, a number, and a special character. I've now changed my password. All the way, by the way, to make sure your name is correct up here. And now I can click finish up here. However, I'm not quite done. Not quite done. Go back to my profile for test candidate. My profile tab up there. Let's go to roles. Roles. Default role, test candidate. Okay. Proctor, become a proctor. Let's see, organization admin. We don't need to do that. I think we're good to go. Let's go to profile here. Are you currently enrolled as a student? Yes. Hold on a second here. I need to click on edit here. You currently enrolled as a student? Yes. How many years of schooling have you completed? Well, whatever grade you're in, grade 9, grade 10, whatever grade number you are, minus 1. So if you're a freshman, you'd say 8. Are you affiliated with any national student organization? Yes. Let's say FBLA, please. I just use that as a default. Are you currently employed? Most of you, the answer is no. And then down here, we have a gender question. Well, what best describes you? Unemployed, I guess. You're unemployed because you haven't started working yet. Okay, there's that. All right, that's our profile section. So we filled out Certiport. Roles are going to be a test candidate. Profile, we filled this in. Programs. All right. We want to register for Microsoft. Microsoft, MOS, Microsoft Office Specialist. That's the exam we're going to be taking. I'm going to come over here and click on register. Okay. Now, I can use my Certiport data in here. It looks like it might already be in here, but I'm just going to click anyway. Make sure that populates. Okay. So there's very little information, any new information we have to fill in here. Middle name, if you want to put that in there, which will show up on your certificate. That's kind of up to you. I'm not going to put that in now. Company, job title, not really important. Here's your address down here. But the important part of this section is the non-disclosure agreement, which is essentially you're not going to take pictures of your screen. You're not going to reveal questions to other people. I'm going to click on that and say, and it just talks about all the conduct policy and reverse engineer, blah, blah, blah. Any conduct, there you go, security of the exam, all that kind of stuff. All right. And you're going to say at the end, if you want to read all that, that's up to you. You're going to say, yes, I accept. They're essentially just saying that there's integrity in this exam. and you've completed the non-disclosure agreement. And before we hit submit here, finally, again, make sure that you have entered and written down your password. And when you submit this in Google Classroom, you need to make sure that you submit it and put it in the comments to me so I have a copy of it as well. I'm going to click on submit here. And when I click on submit, it says processing request. And you should see next to Microsoft, you are registered. Okay, so you've completed your Certiport tab, you've changed your password, you put in security questions, you put in your birth date, and you put in your phone number and change your mailing address if needed. Your role is that of a test candidate, that's the default. You've completed the profile in here about years of education and employment and programs. You've registered again for the Microsoft, next to Microsoft over in this band, should say you are registered. Okay. Once you've got all that in there, you may click finish and you're done. It takes you back to Certiport. Now, what I might do is I might log off here and go back with your school email address and verify that you can log in. Make sure that you can log in and your password is what you think it is. Very important. Finally, when you go to this assignment, Certiport registration, and you turn it in, okay, when you turn this in, again, I want you to make sure that when you turn it in the comments, the private comments, you write your password and turn that in. Now, I'm showing that as a graded assignment. It's like 1 point, it's like a practice assignment, but I'm going to be checking that off in the grade book. I want to make sure 100% that you are registered for Certiport. Otherwise, you can't take the final. And if you get to the last day and we're taking the final and, oh, I haven't done the registration, but I don't know how to help you. It's going to be like very difficult for you at that time, particularly if you've taken this exam from home. So I just want to make sure how serious this is that you properly complete the registration. If you have any questions, email me, drop me a line, chat session in class, whatever. Thank you.